Welcome back. You're still watching the news at 10, coming to you live from Channels Television. The former president, Goodluck Jonathan, has given the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike thumbs up for embarking on what he calls the landmark projects. The former president was speaking during his visit to Port Harcourt, the state capital, for the commissioning of the second Mpogu Bridge. Also, the governor used the platform to assure the people that he will not leave any project uncompleted.
Tell people that there are some states you cannot develop without building bridges. You cannot develop states like River State, Bayelsa, and Delta State. I'm happy that the governor has opened up this state so much. From Government House coming here, it became quite easy. It used to be a bit difficult when we were here in those days in the 70s, 80s. So successful governments have done their own, but we have shown so much commitment in the infrastructural development and social mobilization of this state.
The party in power told Nigerians that if they vote for them, they will make 1 naira to be equal to $1. I hope Nigerians now see that 1 naira is to a dollar. Is that correct? They're going to make sure that everybody will get employment. I'm sure all of us who are here, you've all gotten employment. They're going to make life better for Nigerians. I'm sure we are no longer dying of hunger. Now, instead of them to solve the problems that they came and told Nigeria, they said, no, it was the other government. You came and told people they should vote for you, you will solve this problem. They now voted for you. You are not complaining. You knew there was a problem and they voted for you. Instead of you to solve the problem, you are complaining that the problem was not caused by you. So why did you come? I have said it, that it is easy for them to shout. Nigerians have not seen those who tell lies and those who tell the truth. So the difference is clear. And I have challenged them. No project will be abandoned under our time.
The transparency and accountability in financial affairs, as well as diversification of economic sources, are believed to be crucial to the development of the nation. The Niger Delta Development Commission seems to have embraced this concept with the signing of separate MOUs with development partners for the growth of the region. At the NDDC headquarters in Port Harcourt, the Market Development Project MADE and the Facility for Oil Sector Transparency and Reform in Nigeria, FOSTA, put pen to paper to seal the partnerships.
Members of the Niger Delta Development Commission, to underscore the importance of the matter at hand, hold 2 separate meetings on the same day with development partners. The job of the Facility for Oil Sector Transparency and Reform in Nigeria, FOSTA, would be to improve reporting systems, ensuring that information is captured in a readable and understandable manner, while the Market Development Project MADE, which is sponsored by the Department for International Development DFID, is particularly interested in agriculture.
Our work is going to enhance capabilities beneath the entity. You are the owner of the project and you drive it as well. All our consultants are told that the reporting is to the directorate of NDDC.
Cost of finance in terms of setting up a pond is a problem. So now we're starting what we call the starter pack, and that is what we want to take forward with you. That has the potential of reaching close to about 10,000 if we look at about 1,200 in the states. We're also looking at the household poultry. We have 2 interventions in that area. One, we're looking at how to make a poor woman reduce mortality through our vaccination initiative. And at the same time, how can we ensure that we get a poor woman to become a commercial rearer of birds?
The NDDC boss believes that these collaborations can make the Niger Delta a much more viable region.
You might have cases where, probably due to the methods that they're using in farming, or even also the scale of farming, you might have some challenges in terms of profitability and all of that. But I'm sure at the right scale and employing the right kinds of methods and technology, agriculture can be very, very profitable. It is actually very profitable, and that's why we are partnering with MAID.
This development brings to 3 the number of MOUs that have been signed since the inception of the new board. The first was signed when the board paid a visit to the Ondo State government.
Well, that's it from the nation's capital. Over now to Melinda Akinlami for business news.
Many thanks, Gloria. Welcome to Business News. AIICO Insurance PLC has perfected plans to raise additional 30 billion naira to provide financial stability to its shareholders and customers. The chairman of AIICO Insurance, Mr. Bukola Oluwadiya, told the shareholders at the 47th annual general meeting in Lagos that the company will expand its branches across the federation to achieve better performance.
Insurance is one of the
board of directors, management and shareholders of AIICO Insurance PLC got up to its 47th annual general meeting as the company secretary reads the notice of the meeting to declare it open.
For the financial year ending December 31st, 2017.
The auditors presented the financial report of AIICO Insurance. The audit report, based on the fact and figure, gives AIICO Insurance a clean bill of health in terms of financial standard practice.
We have audited the consolidated and separate financial statements of AIICO Insurance PLC.
The chairman of AIICO Insurance explains the financial standing of the company in spite of a turbulent 2016 financial year. AIICO Insurance declares a profit after tax of 10.2 billion naira and a dividend of 2 kobo per share.
Some years we are really up there, and then it can change suddenly because of the environment where we are. As a result, yes, we will have, swings. In order to cushion these swings, we need injection of capital.
New members are elected into the different offices of the company's board.
We are talking to investors. We are at various final stages of concluding. They are only what we in financial terms call a matter of negotiation and conclusion.
Relationship has been our focus point. AIICO, with the indices set for ourselves, we believe we have maintained the scope. But we know there is still room for improvement.
It's a company that has consistently been paying dividends to shareholders, and even given the very turbulent economic condition of the year 2016, they were still able to make about 105 kobo earnings per share, out of which, because of the need to retain capital for expansion, they are still paying dividend of 2 kobo to shareholders.
Looking ahead, AIICO Insurance says it's expanding its branches across the nation as it promises to also increase its dividends in the coming year.
The presidency is appealing to state and local government authorities to key into the procurement laws of the Federation, which advocates 30% patronage of made-in-Nigerian goods. The Ministry of Trade and Investment, as well as that of Information, told a media briefing in Abuja about the initiative, explaining how the effort will boost the non-oil sector.
This meeting, organized by the Ministry of Trade and Investment and that of the Ministry of Information, is targeted at getting the full support of Nigerians in the drive toward self-sufficiency. The Minister of State for Industries, Trade and Investment gives statistics of how over 6.7 trillion naira was used to import goods and services in 2015. She, however, says this could be reversed if state and local government join forces with the federal government to grow the businesses of local manufacturers.
Though this campaign is being driven by the government, its success will largely depend on the collective resolve to do the right thing and imbibe the virtues of consumer purchasing for us to achieve our goals. I wish to call on all the state and local governments as well as government agencies, including our esteemed private sector, to comply with the current government procurement laws and give priority to Nigerian products in all procurement activities.
Her view was also shared by her colleagues who say time has come for Nigeria to move away from being a single export commodity nation.
You can imagine if all our young men and women are gainfully employed, and they can be gainfully employed unless our consumption pattern changes.
It means that one of the most important responsibilities we have as a people and as a government is to reduce the cost of doing business, is to make producing things here cheaper and more affordable and easier, and also to attract the investment that is needed.
Representatives of Manufacturers Association appeal for policies that will support the growth of their businesses.
We believe that if well implemented, the era of exporting jobs and wealth to our foreign trading partners will be over. Manufacturing will take its pride of place in the economic growth and development of the country.
The campaign for the Made in Nigeria good has been commended by many Nigerians. It is, however, expected that the policy will be sustained for better socio-economic development in the country.
The uptrend in the Nigerian stock market continued on Thursday, with the bulls retaining their hold on the equities despite the controversy surrounding the signing of the 2017 budget. To give us details, here's Chimeze Obiwagu.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. The equities market fired on this Thursday, with the all-share index regaining the 28,000 mark by 0.72%. The market capitalization inched up also to close at 9.7 trillion naira. The change on the index was majorly contributed by the gains recorded on the shares of Nestle, Seplat, WAPCO, Zenith and GT Bank. However, the highest percentage gainer for the day was O&O, which went up as much as 9.59%. It was followed by NACO and UBA. Meanwhile, the highest percentage decliner was Mobil, down by 5%, followed by TransExpress and CNI Leasing. Activities on the shares of Zenith Bank, FBN Holdings and Transcorp were the major volume drivers for the day, making them the first three stocks on the top trade list. In all, a total of 353.1 million shares were traded, valued at 9.16 billion naira in 4,034 deals. And that was the Stock Market Report. I'm Chimeze Obi Iwago.
U.S. stocks recovered from their lows today as investors assessed President Trump's chances of advancing his pro-growth agenda, but other major markets closed earlier in the red. That's Business News. I'm Melinda Akinwami.